The annals of forgotten battles whisper of a night when the moon itself took up a flute of bones, and the city of the masters of creation trembled beneath a tide of nightmares. Outside its shimmering walls, grotesque beings, half human, half bloody flora, their eyes gleaming with hunger, marched with an army of dragons, giants, and mechanical horrors. The city's defences, woven from consciousness itself, shuddered and cracked as the great void's monsters surged forward, unrelenting. In this chaos, Qin Mu wove his Youdu divine arts and transformed into a titanic earth count, his flaming whip lashing souls into submission, while Luo Wushuang grasped at the Primordial Tree's core to turn back the tide. Recales of Herding Gods, Chapter 949, Chapter 950 begins here, where survival hangs on the edge of a blade, and the night itself seems alive with malice, daring the masters to withstand the impossible. In the darkness beyond the city walls, a roar like thunder shook the heavens and earth, growing ever louder, until from the shadows emerged a colossal beast. Its form was a vision of nightmare, an abomination with writhing tentacles, eyes strewn across its body, petals of blood and flesh, and limbs that twisted between plant and human, a shape defying all mortal understanding. Behind this terror strode ancient gods, their bodies humanoid, yet their heads bore the forms of beasts, cows, birds, and more. Trailing them were monstrous dragons, serpents with countless heads, and giants with bellies vast as mountains. Some seemed crafted by a mad artisan, their arms sharp drills, blades jutting from torsos, walking siege engines of bone and steel. Toot toot. A ship of living flesh and blood emerged, its deck crawling with half-formed men, its limbs long and writhing. Smoke poured from its body as drums, gongs, and flutes resounded with an eerie symphony. The vessel danced through the air, its gaping maw lined with steel knives, moving with joy toward the city of the masters of creation. The moon rose, bathing the world in silver light. From its surface came a human visage, laughing with a peculiar delight. Arms extended from the moon, drawing forth a flute carved from the bones of creation's masters, playing a tune both cheerful and unsettling. Qin Mu tore his gaze away, for the night of the great void unfolded like a dream of chaos and illusion. Whoosh! A giant fell from the heavens, a bird with humanoid faces and wings of bone, crushing half the buildings beneath its descent. Its faces twisted in mirth as hollow wings expelled air and flame, lifting it back into the sky. The monsters outside surged toward the roar of its wings. "Oh my God!" trembled a female true god, staring in disbelief. What exactly is this world? It was a realm birthed by the consciousness of the great void's masters, their visions manifest in every stone and sky, but the incursion of a foreign enemy had fractured one world, allowing devils within hearts to flourish in the great void. No Youdu existed here, and thus the dead lingered, fusing with consciousness to create new, aberrant life. The corpses of gods, devils, and masters of creation all contributed to these horrors. Boom! The great void monsters struck the walls, sending tremors through the city. Though seemingly indestructible, the walls shook and cracked. Yet they were forged of consciousness and mended themselves, granting brief solace to the inhabitants. Boom, boom. The assaults continued, relentless. The southern gate collapsed first, then the northern, eastern, and western gates, and the monsters poured into the city, trampling all in their path. From high towers, citizens fled. A woman true god soared into the air, only to be hunted by a skeletal bird and countless moon-born fowl. The moon's face turned blood-red, its tune accelerating, driving the creatures into a frenzy. Blood rained from the sky, painting the land in crimson horror. Grudges and survival surged within Qin Mu. He sought the gate of heaven influence, but found it barred. Youdu and the great void separated by space and time. Instead, he summoned his Youdu divine art, weaving vital chi and consciousness into a white banner, capturing a monster's soul within. Its twisted face warped space above the banner as he crushed it to the earth, sending torrents of Youdu devil chi across 7 hectares, shaping a dark Youdu world beneath the primordial spirit embryo. Qin Mu became a 3-eyed earth count, towering 100 yards tall, a hill among monsters, wielding a flaming whip that ensnared souls and scattered them. Monsters fell under hoof and tail, devoured by flames and crushing blows. A strange bird was trapped in blazing 9 Ben's yellow springs, shrieking. Another assaulted him. His chest cracked under the impact. rolling through palaces and smashing pillars, yet he returned to his true form. Healing swiftly with the Anasrava creation mysterious scripture, he became a shadow to evade a pursuing foe, while Luo Wushuang carved through monsters with vital chi blades, horrified at the rising casualties, seeing that even true gods fell. The slain became new monsters, their bodies regenerating unless their souls were dispersed. To overcome the relentless tide, the core of the primordial tree was plucked from Qin Mu's brow, swelling under his command into a rod that spanned 800 miles, annihilating monsters and buildings alike. With Luo Wushuang borne along, the rod contracted, embedding in his brow, healing his celestial palace, while demonstrating the core's terrifying might. Together, they navigated a path of destruction, monsters reforming and buildings reconstructing, until Qin Mu retrieved the core once more, preparing for the endless struggle in the city of the masters of creation. Luo Wushuang had already surrendered to the weave of destiny, he thought, if only I might escape. Yet the beasts rebounded with uncanny speed, the ruins of buildings knitting themselves whole as if no blade had touched them. The path ahead became a wall of flesh and claws, leaving escape a distant dream. Qin Mu ground his teeth, a low, furious laugh escaping him. This is the first city I have met that resists my wrath. Luo Wushuang's brow furrowed with unease. Suddenly a melody rippled through the air. A vessel of living flesh surged forward, its countless legs propelling it with relentless vigor. Half-formed men aboard sang and played instruments both delicate and brash, flutes and trumpets weaving a tapestry of jubilation. The vessel writhed like a beast, its maw opening to devour innumerable monsters, crunching them with a ferocity that seemed to relish their destruction. Those too slow were hurled into the air or ground into mud beneath its relentless advance. From its rear, a massive intestine-like tube rose skyward, expelling what the vessel could not digest in a column of dense, rolling smoke, accompanied by a mournful toot-toot. The ship pressed toward Qin Mu and Luo Wushuang, hope dissipating. This monstrosity, an amalgam of countless souls, radiated a power too strange to comprehend. Their strength offered no defense, only the inevitability of being consumed and cast into the smoky void. Qin Mu clenched his teeth, eyes flickering toward Celestial Venerable Wo's imprint not far off. His decision crystallized. As Luo Wushuang summoned divine knives with his vital chi to strike the advancing beasts, he caught Qin Mu's gaze and was struck with alarm. "Overlord Body Qin, what do you intend?" he called. Qin Mu's vital chi surged forth, coalescing into a sharp sword that streaked toward the injured portion of Celestial Venerable Wo's imprint. A shiver ran down Luo Wushuang's spine. "All in the city. Leave now," he bellowed. Qin Mu extracted the core of the primordial tree from the center of Luo Wushuang's brow, planting it firmly upon the ground. It thickened with a pulse of raw power. "Lie down!" Qin Mu commanded, pulling Luo Wushuang with him. "Use all your vital chi to protect your corporeal body. Guard against being crushed." The two men pressed themselves to the primordial tree core. Before them, the monstrous vessel bore down, even as Qin Mu's flying sword pierced the wound upon Celestial Venerable Wo's imprint. "Greater! Greater! Greater!" Qin Mu roared. "Longer! Longer! Longer!" Luo Wushuang's vital chi armored his body. He dared a glance as Celestial Venerable Wo's imprint blazed with blinding radiance, drowning vision in light before plunging him into darkness. In that instant, the primordial tree core expanded with a celestial roar, lifting them skyward into the clouds. Within heart-stopping moments it towered hundreds of miles, inertia pinning them to its peak. Divine blood surged beneath Luo Wushuang's skin, his body compressed to the core's surface as if paper pressed with cosmic force. Bones cracked and flesh tore with ominous sound. "It is over," Overlord Body Qin, sorrow coursed through him. If his numinous sky corporeal body could not withstand this, how could Qin Mu endure? The fractures and explosions echoed as Qin Mu's body contorted under pressure. Blood streamed across the primordial tree core, his flesh and bones tested to their utmost. His mind recalled the debts of the past. "Overlord Body Qin, you severed my arm, yet saved me thrice across 40,000 years. I cannot repay you. I long to display my knife art before you." The core surged higher, straight toward the blood-soaked moon. Tens of thousands of miles it climbed, breaching the void. That blood moon, a grotesque orb of flesh and brain matter, stared in shock as the towering pillar pierced the heavens. Perhaps it was the brain of a nearly omnipotent master of creation, severed and floating, its flute forgotten as flames consumed the land below. Celestial Venerable Huo's imprint exploded, its energy sweeping the city into oblivion. The divine blood within it and the sword energy ignited a fireball, expanding across thousands of miles, reducing mountains to ash, rivers to steam, oceans to void. At last, the tempest subsided. The primordial tree core ceased its growth. Luo Wushuang's vision cleared, blood returning. Though battered, he survived. He rose to see the core stretched into the cosmos, a solitary pillar in the void. Blood droplets emerged, forming a beating heart, sprouting vessels, organs and bones. Flesh and hair coalesced into a naked man, the mirror of Qin Mu. He donned his shirt, shaking off remnants of shattered bones. "Mother Earth has truly favoured me," he murmured, a rare joy lighting his features. "She gave me such a treasure. I pondered how to gain more of these gifts. I am inept." Luo Wushuang remained silent, reflecting, "This man remains the same, repulsive yet relentless. My blame was misplaced." The devil within him stirred anew. Qin Mu's eyes flickered upon him as the primordial tree core shrank, returning to the land beneath the blood moon, carrying both men. "Greater!" Qin Mu called, and the core expanded once more, casting the bloody moon into the void with a mournful cry. It receded, leaving the men atop a flattened white land marked by a crater. Qin Mu inspected the primordial tree core, noting charred patches, fallen growth rings, and countless sword scars. "I wonder if Mother Earth will grant me another rod of this caliber." Mountains swelled and reformed in the distance, majestic and rising, surpassing even the reach of divine art. "Overlord Body Qin, if the city regenerates, we cannot escape." Luo Wushuang urged. Together they soared eastward from the ruins, and a voice echoed, "A magnificent city lies to the east. There, perhaps, clues of Big Brother Wei Suifeng remain." As they departed, the land and monsters reformed as if untouched. The imprint of Celestial Venerable Huo and his divine blood vanished, while the rest perished in the cataclysm. Qin Mu gazed back at the resurrected city, awestruck. What trials did the great void's masters of creation endure? Where have they gone? Why are they unseen? Luo Wushuang's thoughts lingered elsewhere. Celestial Empress and Mistress Yuanmu, are they alive? The celestial heavens and great void are separate. If their clones perished here, their true selves remain ignorant. In that case, retreat is unnecessary. Qin Mu's gaze met his. "Divine Knife Luo, how do you know Celestial Venerable Shu of the Great Void is not one of them?" Luo Wushuang shivered, forcing a smile. "Impossible, such coincidence cannot exist." Yet unease lingered. Which two celestial venerables had Celestial Empress and Mistress Yuanmu reincarnated into? The sun ascended. The great void's monsters receded like the tide. Two black whirlpools appeared, abyssal in their center. From one, a flower bud rotated and bloomed, Yunchukshu atop its stamen, stretching like a waking beauty. From the other, another flower unfurled, Lian Huahun sitting upright and watching Yunchukshu. "Wretch!" Lian Huahun rose, aura sharp as blades. "Our grudge ends here. Today, you shall die." Yunchukshu laughed, light and teasing. "You are ever so rigid. No wonder brother-in-law fell to my embrace. You suit the throne of Celestial Empress. I, a mere lover." Lian Huahun prepared to strike, but Yunchukshu interjected. "Do you know where your corporeal body lies?" Her words stilled Lian Huahun. "You stole it and befriended Celestial Venerable Ling. Surely it rests upon Ling's ghost ship." Yunchukshu adjusted her robes, smiling. "Do you wish it returned?" Lian Huahun's gaze scrutinized her for sincerity. Yunchukshu grinned. "Emperor of Endless Clouds, Wei Suifeng has been dispatched to the ghost ship. You must understand who seeks your corporeal body. Mother Earth perished, but not vanquished. Brother-in-law did not fall lightly." Lian Huahun's form trembled, teeth clenched. "What does that wretch desire with my corporeal body?" Yunchukshu laughed. "Certainly not for lust. You and I share the same origin. Neither can face him alone. Together we reclaim our corporeal forms. How does that sound?" After thought, Lian Huahun probed, "And where is your corporeal body?" Yunchukshu's smile remained. "Naturally, it lies in the hands of that foe, Qin Mu."